The iPhone 16 Pro, not the Pro Max, 4 months later. I think that's a decent amount of time to share with you guys my thorough experience and my thoughts and opinions about this, because there are some very good things and not so good things about this phone. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Before I get into it, just a little backstory so you know. Before the 16 Pro, I was using the Pro Max model, the 13 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max, and the 15 Pro Max. And this was the year. The iPhone 16s was the time that I decided to switch and kind of downgrade in size to the 16 Pro. So if I do reference, just do keep that in mind. My past experience with iPhones specifically were with the Pro Max models. Now, here's what I have to say. I appreciate having a more compact yet super powerful iPhone. There's really no differences with the Pro Max other than the battery and the display size itself. But everything else, like, you're getting the same cameras and same everything else. So there is no compromises really in what I saw with the iPhone 16 Pro. Now, it has a slightly larger 6.3-inch display than its 15 Pro, which was a 6.1 inch, but it has slimmer bezels, so it kind of equates to the same size. And I think this 6.1-inch display to 6.3-inch display size phones are the new norm for quote-unquote compact phones. I kind of wish the Mini was still here, but unfortunately it's not. But the display quality itself has been awesome. It gets plenty bright outdoors, indoors. It's very vivid. I love the colors, and I use this every single day for viewing content. I use it for MTG Productions and for my other channels as well. So social media, for also running the business. And then obviously I do play games like Call of Duty, Clash of Clans, right here, Pokemon TCG Pocket, which I have a separate channel based on Pokemon. A lot of people have been flocking into Pokemon TCG, specifically scalping at Target and Walmart. But again, I'm going to leave that for my Dose of Pokemon channel. So if you want to subscribe, I'll be leaving a link in the description down below. The ProMotion 120 Hz display has been great, but there has been a couple instances where it like stuttered, it lagged, and you can see like the frame rate drop or the refresh rate drop, or like sometimes it'll say like iOS update ready, and I'll hit later, and then I'll type in my passcode, but then I can't switch screens, like I can't slide screens like this. It'll just freeze, so I have to kind of lock the phone and then reopen it for it to kind of work again, which is kind of weird. And I had that with past iPhones too. I don't know why, and it still has not been resolved. The camera control button, I don't really use it that often. So I'm not going to really talk about it because I just don't really use it. I used it when it first came out, and that's really it. But I do have this really nice case from ESR. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below, and it has a specific button for the camera control, which is a huge plus. Like, it does protect it. So in the case of like you breaking this, you don't need to pay the extra. This is going to protect that. Again, I'll be leaving a link in the description down below, but I absolutely love this. It's a clear case from ESR. It has a camera control guard right here. So yeah, definitely be sure to check them out. I love all of their products. But moving on. I also do love the fact that I chose the black color. I think it's called Space Black. But yeah, I love rocking this at home. Usually what I do is when I'm at home, I rock it caseless. Then when I go, grocery shopping, when I go outside, I will be using this case or my other cases. And that's why I like having a clear case, because I get to adore the color of the iPhone or the phone in general that I'm using on a daily. But yeah, I love that this titanium is less fingerprinty than like aluminum frames, so it still attracts fingerprints, but it's much better than those aluminum frame phones. So that's something I just want to point out there. But everything else about the design is to be expected. Like when you see this, it's an iPhone. So I think they're doing a pretty decent job in the design department. They really can't go wrong. Now the software and the performance, again, that one issue with like the screen locking up is, I think, a software issue. And then the performance, like with the lagging of the screen, the frame rate dropping, I think, is also an issue with the performance or with the software. So that's something that Apple can fix through software updates. And the day-to-day performance has been pretty good. It's been buttery smooth, it's been fast, it's been quick. You know, everything I've thrown at it, it's tackled with ease, so no issues there. But Apple Intelligence has been rolling out slowly, and you know, I don't really use any other feature other than the cleanup feature in the Photos app. For example, I have a photo right here, and you know, I'll go to cleanup, and I'll just wait for it to prepare to clean up. It's preparing just like that. It does take a little, it takes a moment or two, but it automatically, as you can see, so I'm just going to tap all those in the background to clean it up. There we go, tap those two. Tap all of those. And it's going to just clean all of those. That's actually not what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you another part that I wanted to circle. Usually what I do is I'll circle, so I'll go like this, and bam. So now it just looks like I have those two phones right there. In fact, I'm going to clean this up too, whatever. I think this was like a booklet, a Pokemon booklet, just like that. There you go, and then I hit done, and bam. That's usually what I do, and I like it, especially if I'm taking photos of my Tesla. I get to kind of remove the license plate on the front and back, so it has come in useful, but I don't really use too many of the other features. Another one I do use is when in messages, it'll summarize my messages, so that does help. So if it's something really urgent, I'll reply right away. But if I'm in the middle of work and I get a message, and I'll take a look and see what the summary says, and if it's not like too urgent where I need to reply at that moment, I'll wait until, you know, I finish recording A roll or B roll, and then I'll continue, you know, proceed to reply to that message. So that has come in handy. But I'm just kind of, and actually I've gotten some feedback from people who also have the iPhone 16 series, and their main concern was like, well, if they're touting Apple Intelligence with the iPhone 16 series, why didn't they all just release it at once? If it wasn't ready, why didn't they just wait until the next iOS or the next iPhone? And I don't have an answer for that. I really don't, because I'm on the same boat. I wish they were either, if they weren't ready, I wish they kind of just waited until the next iOS iteration or the next iPhone release, and I would have been perfectly content. But the fact that they're touting this with Apple Intelligence, but it doesn't have all the features when you receive it, it's just like, I don't know. It's a whole different topic and a whole different video, but that's for a different video. Anyway, moving on to the camera department. It's great. It's awesome. In the 4 months I've been using it, I can't complain. No issues, no nothing. The triple camera setup has never let me down. It's always consistent. The photos are vibrant, they're vivid, the videos are awesome. Like, I'm using this as one of my main cameras to record videos here on MTG Productions, as well as my other channels, Dosa Pokemon, Tesla Volt 2. So yeah, it's really come in handy. Like, if I need to make content, this is always in my pocket. That's how good it is. The battery life is where things get very, very bad. So here's what I can tell you. When I first got this phone, it was doing good. You know, the battery life was lasting me pretty good. And then it started to get worse and worse. And now I'm at the point where I need to charge this phone at least once a day. So, you know, it's 4:23 p.m. right now, and I'm at, what, like 48%? And yeah, I'm gonna put this in charge after I finish with this video, but this does not last, because I have to continue to use this throughout the rest of the afternoon and going into the evening and night. It doesn't last me all day, and I have 100% battery capacity, so I haven't really lost percentage in that. And I really just charge mainly wireless charging at home, and then if I'm in my Tesla, I have wire charging because it's just faster. And yeah, it's not good. So if you are battery hungry, battery heavy user, then you either want to get a Pro Max, or if you have a Pro, you're gonna have to carry a portable, you know, MagSafe charger and kind of go that route, which is what I've been doing. If I go on like a road trip or if I'm out of town, I'll bring a MagSafe charger and kind of charge it that way. So battery life has been the worst part about this phone, and I don't think it's going to get better. Honestly, I wish it had a physically larger battery. Give me a thicker chassis, I'm perfectly fine with it, but having a larger battery and having better battery life is an important thing for me, and this just ain't cutting it. Now, one may argue, well, then just switch to 16 Pro Max. And honestly, I don't want to, because I really like the compact form factor. Maybe that just may be one of the drawbacks of using a smaller compact phone is not having great battery life, and it's something I guess I'm willing to sacrifice, having a more compact form factor and not having the greatest battery life in an iPhone. So that's just something I really want to point out there. So again, you need to make sure you know why and which model you want to use or you need to use. And then the pricing, it's unchanged, $999, but 128 gigs, they should have made 256 gigs the base, just like they did with the Pro Max. I just wanted to point that out there. Maybe they might change it with the 17 Pros this year, who knows. But you know, 16 Pro, it did bring good improvements and enhancements in each department. And I know the battery is better than its 15 Pro, but it's still, you know, it could have been better. And I know with the 17 series, they're going to continue to make it even better in every single department, with the performance, with the cameras and the battery. And overall, you know, I'm happy with this. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't go back and pick up a Pro Max, and I wouldn't go back and pick up a different color. I'm happy with this model and with this color and with the storage size, 256 gigs for right now. Maybe, you know, at the end of 2025, I might go 512. We'll see. But for now, I'm very content with my iPhone. Absolutely love it. I hope you guys did enjoy. Definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. It's called Illusions 2.0. I'm also working on other wallpaper packs, so definitely stay tuned. Everything else, like my Notion templates, are also in the description down below. It really does go a long way in helping out the channel. Definitely be sure to superman that like button if you haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts, opinions, whatever it is. Share this video because that really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me with the iPhone 16 Pro 4 months later, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.